guys to learn about the things that have happened in the year past, and obviously what's going to come in the future, because there's a lot of great things that have happened over the last year, and there's even more success and great things happening in the coming year. So I don't want to delay it, because I know that I am not who you think the year. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our county chairman, Mr. John Daniel.
I'm John Daniel, very blessed to be the chairman of Oklahoma County Board of Commissioners. This Peggy got me on the way in. She said, John, can you give me a mini skirt speech today?
What is that?
She said it's got to be long enough to cover the essentials, but short enough to keep your attention. So thank you very much for being here. Engagement of the community is very important to this board of commissioners. We feel like if you're engaged with us, we make better decisions. We become more productive, and we become more innovative. So we do want to hear from you on any issues that you see out there. We welcome your input. One example of that is our quarterly town hall meeting. So our next one will be March 31st here at the Civic Center. And that one you can participate either in person or virtually. That's when all 5 commissioners up here up front, and you're able to ask us questions about stuff going on in the community or make suggestions where you'd like to see changes. I do want to recognize our commissioners that are here today, Mark Thomas, Chuck Gordon, Emery Harden, and Mark Saxon are all here. Also, we have the sheriff, James Hale, and probate judge Mike Hunsinger. Thank y'all for being here as well. And then from City of Watkins, we have Mayor Brian Broderick, and also Christine Tucker, who's on the city council. So what we're going to do is go through a few slides here. Let's try to use some general information, and then we can open it up to any questions for the specific item you want to know a little bit more about. So our original budget for this current fiscal year that we in was $32,691,229. As you can see, most of our money comes from property tax. That's leveling right at 55% of our total budget. So that's real property, personal property, and also your title, ad valorem tax that you pay when you purchase or transfer title on the vehicle. And that's been way up for the last 2 years. We're not sure how long that number's gonna stay high. Y'all love buying a new car around here, so keep it up. 22% is coming from local option sales tax. We've got some changes in the law, so we're seeing growth in that area that's very significant as well. And then the next big one is charges for services, which is about 6%. That's where you pay fees, parks and rec, or planning, and also the sheriff's office about getting reports and stuff. So our budgets match our income, so we have a totally balanced budget as required. As you can see, the biggest expense is public safety with law enforcement. And we want to say we're very proud of our sheriff's office. Solved the case on the murder this last week. Have real good communication going on with the sheriff's office and board of commissioners right now. We're very thankful for that. Being up to date on things that are changing for their operation, making sure that they're properly funded going forward. Working on a new No 3 truck ordinance update. So you'll see that advertisement start coming out pretty quickly. Updating the ordinance so the sheriff's office can enforce it. Basically, 40% of the money we bring in goes to keeping people and property safe. Tax digest continues to grow as well. We are sensitive that even though the millage rate does not change or actually drop from last year, that the size of your check that you write to the county goes up every year. Last year we were able to do a slight reduction in the millage rate. So we had just over a 5% increase in the net income from the property taxes. And that's the lowest growth rate we've seen in probably 10 years. now. There's no magic number that we have here about the perfect number of people working for us. We always have the right number of people doing the right things. We review open positions when they come. We do a lot of reassigning where appropriate. So if a position leaves, it's not needed, a lot of times it can go to another area that needs help. So starting in 2017, we had 265 employees, and we're right at 256 right now. We're investing a lot of time and energy trying to get a healthy workforce. So our wellness program is a big area of focus. So one of the things we just started this year is if you can come and perform certain physical feats, then you get a lot of points on your wellness program. So I've been talking a big game, so I gotta run a mile in less than 7 minutes and 50 seconds. If you see me come and see Michael Park running, I'm trying to get you safe. Residential building permits, we were a lot lower this year than we were anticipating. We had 185. Our kind of target area is between 250 and 299. That's kind of the range that the school system is comfortable with on growth and also allows us to keep up with infrastructure as well. Even a lot of that's related to supply chain and employee shortages that everybody's experiencing in this room. We still have about 10 years supply of residential lots on the ground that are approved from the early 2000s. So the inventory's out there, it's just a matter of getting plans built. Parks and Rec, if you've been to ODP this last few weeks, you'll see programs are up for the spring. Parks and Rec was the state agency of the year of this year. And there were 16,529 program and user group participants over the last 5 years. Very strong, we continue to see growth in that as well. Some updates, some things we'll be doing with the SPLOST 21 proceeds, with the money, to get the right amount of money in there. You'll see expansion of the tennis courts at ODP, as well as entrance improvements for ODP. So we are aware of the big problem there, there's not an easy fix to it. So we're continually working on that. And we're also looking for ways to accelerate additional court space for basketball and volleyball, as well as field space. So you'll hear more about that over the next year as we try to find ways to finance that. Senior Center is currently under an expansion now. It's 2,400 extra square feet, and that should be completed by the end of the summer. We special thank you to Governor Kemp, who awarded us the CDBG grant that funded this entire project. Pandemic was COVID hit that area really hard. They weren't able to bring people in for concrete deals, and they found a lot of creative ways to still serve our community. There were over 12,000 meals that were prepared, distributed, homebound people during the last calendar year, as well as some drive-through events. So that they'll continue to work to keep our seniors healthy. Libraries. 245,000 items that were distributed to our local libraries over the last fiscal year. And about 5,000 people that participated in the program there. We're using SPLOST money grant, as well as grant money from the state for the relocation of the Watkinsville branch of the local library, which will be going to Wire Park. That design is underway now, we're working with the architect, and that's being managed by our library board. So they're hoping to have some activity starting this calendar year to get that project moving away. Civic Center is where you are now. This is a great place. A lot of events happen here. This is a joint shared expense building with the Board of Education. So a lot of school events happen here, as well as a lot of civic events. And this remodel was done 2 years ago during the pandemic, and that was funded by SPLOST funds. High-speed internet, we've been talking about this for a while. We're headed down the road and ran into some roadblocks, we had to back up and reorganize on how we're going to accomplish this. So last year we entered into a contract with Charter Communications. And what we're doing is we're supplementing Charter $1,000 for every address they connect that's underserved. In addition, anybody that's any a 2-year project. They're currently in the walkout phase now, so I don't know if you've seen them around. I saw them last week, they were walking around with a little stick under the telephone poles, measuring height. They're doing a very detailed review of Oconee County and where service is at. They had some addresses that were provided by the state of Georgia. We also have a form on our website that will allow you, if you feel like you're not served properly, you can put your address in there and we'll have them check out your location. So the field work should be completed, start design in the second quarter of this year. And we should see fiber starting to get laid in the third quarter. By the fourth quarter, we should see some customers getting attached to the service. So we're very excited about that program. Next, our transportation, that's what we hear a lot about. People sitting in traffic or going through the road. Last year, we resurfaced 11 miles of road, and we also restriped 46 miles of road. Some of the striping, some of that was done with a state grant, so we appreciate again the state efforts there. Last year, we completed a intersection improvement at 316 and Epps Bridge Road, right there at the Waffle House. And, very successful project. We've probably reduced accidents there about at least 90, maybe 95%. So instead of going there 2 or 3 times a day, we're only going there once or twice a week. Very successful. Working on safety, well, I'll just go through some state projects first. The state's working on the Spearman Road widening. We're driving through every day. That's going to be completed in 2023. We just did a project with, GDOT did a project widening lanes on Rocky Branch Road and Southern Bridge Road. That was paid for totally by state funds, and then we're coming back with county dollars to do the resurfacing now. So Rocky Branch is paved now in the section between Mountain Bridge and Morris Hill, and then I'll be on the other section in the next week or 2. US 441 widening, it's showing 2025. I don't have a lot of confidence in that number. They've been talking about this, widening 441 since I was a child. So it's been one. State Route 186, that bridge will be torn down there in New High Shoals and rebuilt. And that's scheduled to start in 2024. So if you're going to Walton County, if you're used to going that way, you're gonna have to find another route. 316, we're getting a lot of activity on 316. Oconee Connector, Virgil Langford Road and Jimmy Daniel Road are bundled together, so you can see dirt start moving very quickly there. It's under design now. Oconee Connector will be a full interchange. Virgil Langford will just be a flyover, which means there's no access to 316. Jimmy Daniel Road will be a full interchange. Those are scheduled to start in 2024, completion 2027. Dials Mill Road, Dials Mill Extension is scheduled for interchange or a combination interchange of flyover. That concept has not been finalized yet. McNutt's Creek will be a flyover. Morris Hill Road will be a flyover, as well as Julian Drive. So all those are scheduled between 2024 and 2028. So it's going to be a tough road coming through there for a while once construction starts. Right now they're in the concept phase, and there will be some public meetings coming up. Hopefully this calendar year. There's no definitive schedule on that yet. What they want to do is bring concepts for each of those intersections to the community at one time, and then they'll take comments on those and go back and finalize. So that'll be coming up. Also, the state's going to be doing an intersection improvement at Rockywood at 441. We've had several bad accidents there, so they're going to prevent a left turn coming off Rockywood. So if you live in that area, you'll have to go down to Old 441 and use the red line. We have several joint projects we're working on with the DOT right now. Union Church Road, State Route 53, there's going to be a signal put there. So they're in the design and approval phase there. We're hoping that's going to happen this calendar year. But every time we think we're close, they have to go back and change a little something here and there. But that is on schedule. That'll be a joint project it up and we'll do some engineering, hopefully this calendar year on that. In addition, we're looking to do some engineering on 3 to 4 intersections throughout the county that are problematic. So if you have a location you think is dangerous, just let us know and we'll see if that qualifies. We're going down to look at how many accidents we're having. We're gonna try to go ahead and get those designed and be ready for any second round of ARP or DOT money that may be available for some, quick action. At our new administrative building, we're also installing a roundabout there to handle the additional traffic. That's in design phase as well. And then, on Malcolm Ridge Road, the arc cuts, we're looking at bidding those this year for 2023 completion. Tourism Visitor Bureau, as you know, we went from a county department to a full board doing that. It's been very, very successful. Some changes in the law recently also allow us to collect additional money for short-term rentals. So they're paying their fair share of the lodging taxes now. And that's allowed the general fund support for this area to drop. We've got a great group of folks there that are focused on and understand that's way outside of mine. Here we talk about advertising and anything on the right side of it. It gets challenging for me, so we're glad to have everybody having us there. Public safety, as you know, we have a volunteer fire department. They do great work throughout our community. We just purchased a new truck for station number 2. That's up in Farmington, and we'll be working on specs now for station number 7 replacement. Will be our next one. In addition to a air truck that was funded partly by Presbyterian Homes, who donated $100,000 toward that. And SPLOST will pick up the additional 150, 175. Price keeps going up. We had it spec'd out and ready to go, and then found out we couldn't get a chassis. So if you got an extra truck sitting around, let us know. Also this year, last year they created the Fire Explorers program, and that's for youth 14 to 18. They come to the fire hall and go through training. That's trying to generate interest in that career path. It's been very successful. We have 14 young people participating in that program right now. There were 845 calls for the fire department and 3,050 medical calls over the last fiscal year. Animal services, if you haven't been out and seen the new building there, we invite you to go out and take a look. Expansion of the front lobby that added a multi-purpose room, also dog quarantine and new cat quarantine kennels. So, a lot of good work going on at animal services. Water resources, last year we received Gold Award for collection, Gold Award for distribution, and the Gold Award for our wastewater plant operation. We also have a new tank that's online now, 750,000 gallon tank to help with pressure in the Watkinsville area. We will be discussing next week at our meeting, Calls Creek. We have a plan to upgrade from 1.5 million gallons a day to 3 million gallons a day. This will include gray water for irrigation as part of that process. This is going to have to be a 3-phased approach in order to get to that level. We'll be discussing phase 1 at our next meeting, which is putting the guts into the stuff that actually cleans the water. And we'll come back with the other 2 phases as we figure out pricing and then where all that money's going to come from as well. Once that plan is completed, that will allow us to decommission the LAS site, which is on Rocky Branch Road behind North Oconee High School. And that's just over 240 acres that are slated to be converted into park space. project, we're looking for a design consultant now. We'll be moving forward with that expansion. So we'll be in very, very good shape, for drinking water in Oconee County for a very long time. In addition, we're also partners at Hard Labor Creek, Walton County, with Walton County, and there's also investigation now into starting the treatment plant at that, reservoir as well. Planning code enforcement, let's see. Received an award as a success story, last year as well. This is for the Mars Hill Corridor Beautification Project. So the trees that were planted, a lot of credit goes to Rick Waller for that. He was kind of the guy pushing that along when everybody's going, what are you talking about? And, we rolled our sleeves up and got to it. It's really nice to ride through there now. Our comp plan update will begin this summer. So if you're interested in helping us with the comp plan, be on the lookout for your opportunity to engage with, as a community member with that as well. Keep Oconee County beautiful. Received the Governor's Circle Award for the work they're doing. Activities last year included Arbor Day tree giveaway, 30 dozen cleanups, and had some, I think it was the Amnesty Day for tires as well. It was very, very successful. They have a new app now as well. You can get an app. You see a location with litter or dumping going on. You can take a picture and sheet it. And it goes straight to somebody to send out. We have a partnership with the Sheriff's Office in this area as well. They provide a deputy for community service workers. And they'll go out periodically and do cleanups on the trouble spots. This is a concept for our future administrative building. It's on 441 and 441, right across from Fire Station 1. This will be a 44,000 square foot building. This will house all non-judicial functions currently located at the courthouse and the annex. This has been a very interesting process. Hopefully we'll have a guaranteed maximum price on this building in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Talk about supply chain, it's been very eye-opening in how difficult the supply chain is right now, seeing it firsthand. One of our meetings are saying, if we continue as the building is currently designed, then this element will get here when it gets here, and you'll pay whatever it is when it gets here. Didn't think I could get board approval for that. This is gonna be really important to our culture and also one-stop shopping for the community. So when you come in for your building permit, we're gonna have environmental health there, we're gonna have public works, everything together, hopefully make everything run more easier. And here's what y'all wanna know about. It's Costco. It's gonna be 155,000 square feet. It's located at Parkway Boulevard. There'll be an 18-pump fuel center. This is a 23-acre site. This will be the 16th location in Georgia and the 77th in the southeast. And one of the things we learned in working with Costco is they have a very good program for the employees. They pay well, they provide benefits even for part-time. I'm very excited to have them as part of the community. They are scheduled to open probably in the third quarter now. If you notice, there's not a whole lot of activity going on their site, but that's because we've had a lot of rain. As soon as that dries out, you'll Xavier County is strong, and our future is bright, and with that, we'll open up to any questions you have. We do have a mic up front, we're trying to record this, and plus people in the back sometimes can't hear. We would ask that you come up, if you don't mind. If you have a question, or anything we talked about, anything that's, you might be thinking.
Hey John, Julie Mock, and appreciate you doing this. I'm also running for school board, Post 3 in Oconee County. And one of the questions that I have is, one thing I would really like to see is better communication between the school board and the board of commission. And I'm just wondering from your perspective, where you see most of the growth in the county happening, where schools might need to be built and that kind of thing. You can either do like precinct or north, south, east, west, whatever. Just curious to know your thoughts on that.
Well, it's gonna follow pretty much the comp plan. Zoning was put in place in 1968 in Montgomery County. And that map that was drawn then has changed very little over the last 54 years. So north end is kind of where the density is scheduled to go, and south end will stay bigger lots and hopefully agricultural areas.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anybody ask a question, they'll have to walk up.
You knew I was gonna ask a question.
Mike?
Yes, sir. Jeff Good from Washington. So 2 questions related to transportation. One is, the T-Splosh failed last year, but do you envision bringing it back in the future on a ballot? And the second question, you referenced the road improvements, coming off the inner loop of the Waffle House on the Epps Bridge Parkway. And that used to be, I guess, a yield, and now there is a sign that says keep moving, but a lot of motorists are not moving. Short of blowing a horn, is there anything else that can be done to get them moving?
The answer to that is no, there's nothing else. That's why I threw that one out. That was a very successful project. We did reduce our accidents 95% or more. And there's some things you just can't do. So what was your other question? T-Splosh. That's very disappointing vote. A lot of that falls back on me. I didn't get out there enough and try to promote it. So we will be discussing that over the next few months to see if there's will, with the commission to go back to the voters and ask for that. We are currently in a project now where we had all our roads surveyed with some kind of electronic device, measuring the depth of the road widths, and so our score came out at like 78. You know, when I was in high school, 78 would probably be good. Not for our road system. And that additional money that we could put into paving roads and fixing those would be life-changing for this community. So it is very important, so that will be discussed, and hopefully we can go back to the voters and get a better result from that. In addition, it wasn't like we're just saying, give us more money. There was attached to that a millage rate reduction of one bill that would be tied to that. So our net gain would be a lot more because more people are paying the sales tax, but you as a property owner would have a reduction in the amount of tax you pay at that time. So that'll be coming up in the next few months.
I have a question for you. I'm Mark Koyman and I run Experience Insight Group. We track a lot of demographics and population stats for the surrounding counties and so on. I have been intrigued by the loss of the millennial movement in Oconee County because of lack of affordable housing. Because of the average, median home value in Oconee has skyrocketed. You also have Rivian building a plant employing 7,500 employees just south of Oconee County. The housing situation there is a problematic situation for the labor base that will be there in the next 3 years. Is leadership in Oconee County looking at these issues? And if so, what do you see as opportunity?
So I see the same numbers you see, and I'm not sure how we control home prices. Right now, I mean, your tax assessor is looking at what y'all are paying for houses, including questionable fair market value. I mean, how often does a tax guy say you paid that is not worth what you paid for? So, the demand is just strong for this area. I think you're gonna see demand stay high. We only had 185 building permits issued last year, so that's creating additional strain on resale. So I don't really have an answer for you, other than we're trying to create a community that people want to be part of. We're very young in the sewer business. Our sewer is being reserved for commercial base, so we can diversify, so all our stress is put on the homeowner. And I'm not sure what's affordable anymore either. I think, the days, used to be $100,000 house was what everybody kind of keyed on, but I think 300 is now the new 100. I know all my kids that have graduated high school, they're coming out making a lot more than I did graduating, and a couple of them are making more than I'm making now, so I'm very proud of that. The dynamics have changed. So we go to our community every 5 years on the comp plan, and we follow that. We try to create a community that everybody wants to be a part of. So I'm not sure in our area it's going to be a whole lot of a change in demand. Like I said, we have a 10-year supply of lots that just aren't being built out.
Thank you for that presentation, Commissioner Daniel. I'm Bill Tolner. I live out in west Oconee County, just off of Snows Mill Road. There was an extension of Clodfelter that went from Hog Mountain over to Snows Mill through the old experiment station property that was closed. I understood that closure was an experiment in traffic reduction. What are the results of that experiment to date?
Very good. I think it's been successful. Now, there are a lot of people that disagree. Well, I don't say a lot, but there are people that disagree. So we're gonna have that on our next agenda, is the permanent closure of that section of road. It's gonna be my recommendation to the board that we permanently close that. And we'll have some understanding that that's of interest to a lot of folks. One thing we're gonna open up is a 30-day comment period. So if you have comments one way or another, we think it's a good idea, you're welcome to submit them at that time. Thank you. Yes. Again, thank you very much for coming.